Today's short Doctor Who video is all about secrets. Okay, so as we said, today is all about secrets because there are a few things that have happened over the last week. We're putting together another very short video for you today just so we can discuss a couple of things that have happened. So, in the last week, we have had the San Diego Comicon where the cast were there and they spoke a little bit about the new series, and we had the launch of the new sonic screwdriver and something else that we're going to talk about a bit later on. Okay, so first of all then, so did you see the San Diego Comicon?
I mean, you asked me the other day. I said I've seen bits of it. I've now seen some of it. I've seen the bit where you said about Jodie Whittaker having to go speak to Christian. It was interesting actually. There's some stuff. It seems like they're having to run a lot of stuff past him. It seems like we know that he's the big boss man in this situation at the moment, keeping everything under lock and key.
Now, do you think that's better than the way, say, Moffat did it, in that there were spoilers happening all the time?
We had this conversation in one of Peter Capaldi's last episodes. We had John Sim appear as the Master, and that was released on Facebook and in all the adverts. You sort of, you knew it was him beforehand.
How quick did you catch on it was him?
When you told me, but I did catch on. I would have caught on eventually. You did look at me and tell me.
But we did wonder that had we not known it was John Sim coming back into it as the Master, if that had never been revealed, would Mr. Razor, I think his name was, wasn't it? Razor?
Yeah.
Razor.
Would he have gone away with it? To the audience.
Would we have noticed? A lot of people say yes, they would have still noticed. Some people say no. But the point is, it was spoiled right at the beginning of the series. First of all, it was leaked. It went out in the newspapers. Everybody found out about it. And then they decided to actually put it in the beginning of the series trailer.
Yeah, because originally it was said John Sim to appear in Doctor Who this season. It never actually said what episode he'd appear in. It never actually said what he'd be doing. It just said appearance. Could have been anything, really. Yeah. But then they had the actual photos of him in the same, not quite the same costume, with the moustache and everything, the goatee, and they had him on posters, on Facebook posts, that they announced it said John Sim to return as the Master, and they even said as the Master. It wasn't like anything else. Yeah. They even said as the Master, so we were looking out for it.
So the point we're saying is that a lot of things in kind of Stephen Moffat's time, and we knew the Mondasian Cybermen were coming back.
That's another thing that got spoiled.
We saw images when Series 9, when Peter Capaldi took over, we saw pictures of Missy and the Cybermen doing the St Paul's Cathedral scene.
That's quite hard though, because St Paul's Cathedral is a very open place. It doesn't take much to get your phone and go, there you go, post that online.
Yeah,
that wasn't really them.
Possibly. But it seems to be, I mean, they spoke about this at the Comic-Con. I don't know whether you got this, but I got the feeling they were talking an awful lot about CGI.
Yeah.
So there seems to be a lot more CGI involved in this series than they've ever had before. So that's why...
I don't know how I'm going to feel about
that. Perhaps they've been able to keep a lid on it more because it's been filmed, a lot of it, in the studio. If you want to go and watch it on YouTube, but it's worth watching just to get the kind of vibe for it.
It's the first proper look we've had at Chris Chibnall. He hasn't really done any press.
No. But he's still keeping everything very much close to the chest. They just want everybody just enjoy it and not be spoiled by it. Personally, I think that's great.
I think that's good as well.
But you are, as a fan, always wanting to kind of find out little bits of things. But I'm comfortable with that. Okay, moving on then. Sonic Screwdriver. Sonic Screwdriver's come out. Now, there are 2 versions of the Sonic Screwdriver that have come out because the Americans have a different version. Now, I don't know how true this is, but the American version's got more functions than the British one.
This is the toy.
The toy. Okay, so they launched that. Character Options, who've made all the Doctor Who toys
since 2005.
Since 2005,
They
have made the latest one. Having seen a few reviews, I mean, we haven't got one here to show you.
We should do that. We should go and buy one. What a toy!
He's had so many Sonic screwdrivers, and he broke them all.
They're very flimsy.
Every single one, and now you can pick them up for about 50, 60 quid. You get a 9th Doctor Sonic screwdriver on eBay, and they're worth a fortune. And he broke them all. All of them. I have one hidden away he can't touch.
1/10 Doctor one?
No. It's one of those build your own ones. But anyway, people who have reviewed it, it's very different. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have made this herself. So you're gonna see her make it because it's very organic. You can see malt. It's like molten metal.
Yeah, a crystal inbuilt.
A crystal built in the top, and then there's wire wrapped around it.
I will say I do prefer it to the last one that we had.
Yeah, that
blue.
It didn't really feature much.
See, we've always had with 9 and 10. Although you're going to do the nerd thing again, very different colours, slightly different really. So they were practically the same. And then we had the 11th Doctor. So you had, back to 10th and 9th. You had the slide out. 11th, you had the sort of flicky function. And then you got to the 12th Doctor. And it was just like he had the green one for a while, and then he had the blue one, which he did that, and it span, and it was like, great. This is a torch. It's an over-glorified blue torch. And the same with the next one.
The thing about the Sonic Screwdriver, I'd like it to go back to its proper function. Okay? Its proper function, purely in Doctor Who...
An actual screwdriver!
Well, it was originally, yeah. Patrick Troughton was the first person to use it, I think.
And he used it on a vent, I do believe.
In the War Game.
He used it on a vent under the screws?
No, he was opening something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But he did actually turn screws, and they actually came out. But no, it should be a function of the Doctor's armoury. It shouldn't be a magic wand for everything.
Now, the thing that I'd quite like to see with this, we've seen a picture of her building it, and you had David Tennant, right? You had his little triangle device that goes ding. You had his in the 50th anniversary, not the 10th anniversary, 50th anniversary. He had his Zygon thing where he pointed at a rabbit because it thought it was a Zygon. And I'd like to see more of that. More of the Doctor not using the Sonic Screwdriver to go, ha, you're a Zygon, or ha, this thing goes ding. I'd like to use the Sonic Screwdriver as a screwdriver to build the other things to then use.
Yeah.
Like the Doctor to have to actually... They did it in the games. We're having a conversation at the games. They're in the game where there was a spirit going around the Tardis. You had to go to the drawing room, pick up a Cyberman helmet, a Dalek eye stalk, and other bits and pieces. And actually, one of the mini games was to wire it all together to create basically a Ghostbuster gun. It was brilliant.
Right, yeah, that sort of thing would be quite interesting to see something different. But the toy itself, it looks, again, you can find loads of people reviewing it. It doesn't look as robust as some of the other ones used to be. It looks nice, the way the light goes through it, and it makes 3 different sounds, as the others do.
Phones are going to go on the desk.
Go and check it out. See what you think.
It is personal opinion. I do like the red, though. I will say I do like the red.
It's orange.
Is it orange? I thought it was red.
Yeah, it did.
It did look red.
Now, in the leaked photographs, it was red. Sure, it was. But
The toys sometimes get it wrong, though.
But the toy was orange. It is orange, which fits in with everything else. The orange logo, some of the other things that are happening. But anyway, we move on to the last bit. This is the secret
Can I
bit
do
now.
the disclaimer?
Yeah, go on.
We are not going to show a photo of it, but we're going to talk about the TARDIS. There has been a photo, but a lot of these videos have actually had them taken down because the photo was a leaked photo and isn't allowed on YouTube at the moment. So we're not going to show it.
I'll tell you what we'll do, though. Here's a photo of him. There you go. Did you enjoy that?
Are you actually going to put a photo of me in?
I will put a photograph of you just there.
Oh, no.
Yes, a leaked photograph came out middle of last week, and I didn't go looking for it. It just popped up on Facebook, and I had a look, and I thought, right, okay.
There are some things. It doesn't seem CG like photoshopped.
Yeah.
But some people are saying it could be Photoshop, but they've done a very, very damn good job of it if it is Photoshop.
Yeah, I don't think the BBC would pull it down if
it wasn't real.
If it wasn't real. Now, if it is real, as we believe it is, it's pretty different. Now you can go. I'm sure the BBC are trying to get it removed from everywhere. You know, I've seen it. I'm sure some of you will have seen it. If you haven't, you'll probably be able to find it if you really want to look for it. We are not suggesting that you do. We're not going to get ourselves into trouble. All I would say is that it's quite an interesting take on it. And when you see it, you'll think to yourself, right, okay, that's different. That's about as much as I could say.
We could say that's oldly different. We're not allowed to say that either.
Is it oldly different? Yes and no.
Yes, you know what I'm hinting at to you.
Yes,
we've discussed it.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. But the other thing is, if you've seen the logo and you've seen the trailers and you've seen all the kind of colours and
very
textures and everything, you could pretty much guess what it looks like because it follows the same sort of format.
I will say, I think we can say this because the photo doesn't show this. We're talking about the console now and things like that. We can speculate. We think we're going to kind of go with a Paul McGann look of the console. Very open and very sort of rustically steam. We're looking at a steampunk theme for the whole thing.
I think it'll be somewhere between the kind of Tennant TARDIS and
Maybe
Paul McGann's TARDIS.
Maybe a bit of 11th and 12th, that shared one.
What, just every TARDIS then?
No, because 11's first one was basically, I call it the Golden Cathedral. Because you'd walk in there and you'd go, whoa, okay.
Golden Cathedral?
Yeah, because bright orange.
Yeah, I don't know any cathedrals that are orange.
That's why it's golden. It had all the weird curvy walls.
Yeah, so that is about it for now. But we did start yesterday, I have to say. We did start yesterday watching back some of the episodes from Series 1, which is why we look a bit tired today. 3 episodes. So we watched Rose, the
End of the World,
and The Unquiet Dead.
Mm-hmm. I think it's called The End of the World.
Yeah. The End of the World, yeah.
You can see how tired we are.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. The End of the World. I hate it. I never want to see that ever.
You hate The End of the World. I hate The Unquiet Dead.
The Unquiet Dead's good. The Unquiet Dead's good. But we'll review that when we get to it. In fact, half of this we're talking about now probably won't even be on the video. So, time to go. Until next time, be safe.